Hello traders, this is Dave with the Compass Options live trading room, and I'm going to do a video here. I've had some few requests for a little bit more detailed information on what's called Heiken Ashi candles and how to use them. And they're a specific kind of candle, and we'll go into how they're created and then how to use them in trading. And what we look for. They really do help a lot if you use them under the correct circumstances. So let's get into this. First of all signals and trading opportunities we provide here are for education and demonstration purposes only. Trading is very risky, so you should never trade with more money than you can afford to lose. And neither myself or Right Line Trading are licensed financial advisors, and we won't be making financial advice or giving financial advice. Okay, we'll take a little sip of tea here. All right, so I'm just going to go over some paragraphs here, some stuff that I wrote for Reddit, and I'm going to go over this just to get you a little introduction to Heiken Ashi, and then we'll actually look at the candles and how you trade them off the chart. So if you've never used Heiken Ashi candles in your technical analysis, you may want to try using them to improve your trading, and they will help improve your trading. Heiken Ashi candles, in Japanese, that means the average bar, since it takes two bars to make a Heiken Ashi candle. And these candles, they smooth out the price action, so identifying the trends and reversals is clearer, since they eliminate a lot of the noise and make it easy to see the trends and stay in the trade throughout the trend, allowing for improved profits. There's two different kinds of candles we look for. There's what's called a bullish HA, or a bullish Heiken Ashi candle. We'll be abbreviating Heiken Ashi as HA. The bullish Heiken Ashi candles, they have flat bottoms, and bearish Heiken Ashi candles have flat tops. All right, so wicks and tails on Heiken Ashi candles don't mean the same thing as wicks and tails on standard candles. Bullish trends will have flat bottomed Heiken Ashi candles one after another, and bearish trends will have flat topped Heiken Ashi candles one after the other. In other words, the flat bottom candles will not have any tails, and the flat top, the bearish candles, won't have any wicks. Generally, you can stay with a bullish trend as long as no flat top Heiken Ashi candles appear. In other words, if you're in a bullish trend, as long as there's no flat top candles appearing after these flat bottom candles. If you get a flat top candle after a flat bottom candle, that generally indicates at least a temporary reversal to the downside. So as long as there is no flat top candles appearing, indicating a lull or reversal in the trend, so you can stay in there. And vice versa for bearish trends, of course. If you have flat bottom candles or flat top candles for the bearish move, you would stay in the trend as long as you kept getting flat top candles until you get a flat bottom candle. All right, so this sounds a little confusing, but we're going to look at the candlesticks and you'll see exactly what I mean. The reversals in a bullish trend are going to have a flat bottomed Heiken Ashi candle. Okay, so if you're in a bullish trend and you're getting flat bottom candles, they'll be followed by a smaller doji Heiken Ashi candle, which would be a smaller candle that falls inside the previous candle, and it's going to have both a wick and a tail on it. That's going to then be followed by a flat topped bearish candle. So you go from a flat bottom candle to a candle with a wick and a tail, or a wick or a tail, and then you go to a flat topped bearish Heiken Ashi candle. That's a reversal. That's how you see a reversal. The doji candle indicates momentum is slowing, and the time is to be prepared to take profits when a bearish HA candle appears. This is if you're in a bullish uptrend. If the trend is ending, as many long bullish Heiken Ashi candles, reversal will require a long bearish Heiken Ashi candles. In other words, if you're in a very strong uptrend, very strong bullish uptrend, you can't assume that a downtrend is be created by just one or two small little Heiken Ashi bearish candles. In other words, flat topped candles. It takes more if you've got a very strong uptrend. The point is, if you're in a strong trend to indicate a reversal, you need to have a strong reversal. So again, it's going to require a long bearish Heiken Ashi candle, more than one, to confirm the reversal. Otherwise, it just may be a small pullback, and the bullish trend may continue. One thing to be aware of is the price of the stock on a Heiken Ashi chart. When you have the chart with a Heiken Ashi candle structure on it. And I'll show you some of these. The price that's being reflected on the chart is not the actual price. The price that's being reflected is the Heiken Ashi price, and it's going to be different than the standard candle price by a little bit because of the way the candles are constructed. So you'd want to for price, you would want to lean on your regular candle setup to get that exact price. You could just look at the top of your chart. It'll tell you what it is. There are other nuances to using Heiken Ashi candles in trading, but try looking at some charts using Heiken Ashi candles, and I think you're going to find it very helpful. So this is just a article I put out on Heiken Ashi candles for people who hadn't been exposed to them before. This tells you a little bit about them. Now, I'm going to get into the trading with them a little bit here, and then we're going to start looking at some actual candles and some charts. So again, I trade a lot of Heiken Ashi reversal setups with great success, and you've heard me talking about using Heiken Ashi candles in the room. I look for them all the time, and you do use them with the compass system to look for entries. Reversal is identified after the current Heiken Ashi candle closes, or whatever time frame you're using. So when you're using a 5-minute time frame, you don't assume that the first the Heiken Ashi candle that has a flat bottom, if it's the first flat bottom candle, you want to wait for that candle to close before you assume that is a Heiken Ashi reversal candle. And it's going to take 2 regular candles to create that. All right, so once you have a valid Heiken Ashi reversal, the first thing that needs to be true is the Heiken Ashi candle, the height has to be at least as large, preferably larger than the prior candle that occurred prior to the reversal. So if you've got 3 or 4 candles in a downtrend, and then you get a Heiken Ashi candle that shows a flat bottom and starting to move up, that candle needs to be significantly tall and needs to be at least as big as the previous candle or 2 that was in the downtrend. You want to see some decent momentum coming into play when you get that first candle. In other words, you don't want to be entering a reversal trade on a small Heiken Ashi reversal candle after several much larger candles that occurred prior. It may just be it may be a fake out. So if that is the case, you need to wait for at least one more Heiken Ashi candle that is bullish, flat bottom, a bearish flat top that corresponds to the direction of your trade. So I'm going to look at the candlesticks, and this is going to make it much more clear. Then you're going to check for any nearby support or resistance levels that may limit your potential gains once you've found the Heiken Ashi reversal. Next, the trade should be taken in the direction of the current market trend for maximum probability of success. And this is what we use all the time in a high probability trade setups. We're trading a stock to the upside if it's bullish on the day, and to the downside if it's bearish on the day. Say the same thing. We're just using Heiken Ashi candles to identify those entries. Now, again, you also should trade with a stock with relative strength or relative weakness. And again, another one of the criteria that we use for high probability trade setups. The stock needs to have relative strength to the SPY. In other words, outperforming the SPY to the upside or to downside. Relative strength or relative weakness, that should be another criteria. And another key element is the Bollinger Bandwidth should be expanding, indicating a move out of compression. That generally is what happens when you get a Heiken Ashi reversal, but it's nice to check on the Bollinger Bandwidth. And my final criteria, which is critical, is assuring that the institutional traders are supporting the reversal. And this obviously is why we have the compass system. And this goes with all of the trades we take. We want institutional traders in there. And I mentioned in here that I use the right line trading. This is what I did on the Reddit sub where I wrote this particular article. And the last step after you're in a trade is to switch to standard candles, since you're going to be able to identify when momentum is waning more quickly using regular candles. Because the Heiken Ashi candles, if you think about it, when you're entering a trade, you're looking for the Heiken Ashi candle to give you a reversal. And that reversal candle is going to be made up of 2 candles. That inherently is a confirmation of the reversal because it takes 2 candles to create it. So you're actually, if you were looking at regular candles, you'd be waiting for the reversal and the confirmation. The Heiken Ashi candle gives you that automatically. And so that's very important. And then when you want to exit the trade, going to standard candles is going to let you identify when momentum is starting to wane and you want to get out of the trade faster than it will if you wait for the Heiken Ashi candles to tell you that, because it's going to take 2 candles to show that it's reversing, where you can see it on 1 candle, on a standard one. So I typically enter on Heiken Ashi candles and I exit on standard candles. Okay, so that's kind of the, and you can, you'll have this video, you can go over this several times, but that's basically about Heiken Ashi. Now, this is a couple of charts here. This is just a generic candlestick chart. And these are candlesticks, you can see the candlesticks here jerking around. And if you look in here with Heiken Ashi, you can see the flat bottoms on all of these particular candles. Now over here, you see lots and lots of wicks and tails. Over here, you notice you get green candles with flat bottoms all the way up. This is a Heiken Ashi trend. And then as soon as you start to get wicks and tails like this, the trend is letting up. And over here, we have a bearish reversal. You see the wick, followed by a flat top. That's a Heiken Ashi reversal. And I'll show you these more clearly on a TC2000 chart. So that's a Heiken Ashi reversal right there. And the flat, notice how the candle stays flat tops all the way down. That's a bearish trend that you can, that the Heiken Ashi candles will show you. Okay, this is a little bit clearer. Here we are looking for a bearish trend here. Again, we get a Heiken Ashi bearish candle here, flat top. And then we get a wick and a tail, followed by a flat top with no wick and no tail. We're just looking for a flat top with no wick on it, and that's what we get right here. So this would become a Heiken Ashi reversal to the bearish side, even though we're in a bearish trend. That's a Heiken Ashi candle to the downside, flat top, and we get a little tail, a little wick on this one, but you'd stay in it, and then we get flat top, flat top, flat top. Now we get another wick and tail, and here's where you get out of the trade. Here's your candle, and I'm not worried about the color. I'm talking about the big, huge wick that we're getting on here on the top. We don't have anything close to a flat top here, so that's a reversal. Now, as you come down here, you notice that we've got wick and a tail, a wick and a tail, wick and a tail. All right, here we have a flat bottom candle. This is a Heiken Ashi candle that has a flat bottom. This is a Heiken Ashi bullish reversal. All right, doesn't matter what the previous color was. It matters if the candle had a flat bottom on it or not. This did not. This does. This is a reversal. Notice you've got flat bottom here, flat bottom here, flat bottom here. And Heiken Ashi candles, by the way, the beginning of the next candle is always going to begin halfway in the halfway point of the previous candle that was constructed, because of the fact that it's using two candles. So if you look at a Heiken Ashi candle, you see that the starting point always is halfway down the previous candle or halfway up the previous candle. It's always going to be like that, just because that's the way Heiken Ashi is constructed. But again, the key here is you've got a wick on the bottom, a tail on the bottom, to a flat bottom. That's a Heiken Ashi bullish Heiken Ashi reversal with a nice big green candle, and then another flat bottom, another flat bottom, another flat bottom, another flat bottom. Very easy to see the trend on Heiken Ashi. So hopefully that shows you what a Heiken Ashi reversal is and what we're looking for. Now, I did a couple of charts here on Uber, and this is Uber from just yesterday. And you can see that this is a regular chart, and Uber looks pretty bullish. See, it's moving up. Okay, so this was Uber with Heiken Ashi candles. This is Uber with regular candles. Right now, it's much easier to see when you switch over to the Heiken Ashi. See the flat bottom right here? This is a Heiken Ashi reversal. See the green candle with the wick and the tail? These are bearish, right? You see the flat tops, flat top, flat top, flat top. Start coming down. Start coming down. Wick and a tail. Now the bearish trend has been broken here. We don't have a flat top candle after we had 5 flat top candles, but we get a flat bottom candle. This is a Heiken Ashi reversal to the bullish side, and that's a nice, strong green candle, even though it's blue here because I code my candles using bandwidth expansion, but this is a green candle with bandwidth expansion or bandwidth expansion, and this shows you a nice strong move. These candles are small, this candle is big. That's a Heiken Ashi reversal, and you can see where this next candle starts. Halfway up that candle, but see, flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom. That's a bullish trend, and if you were in this, for example, overnight on a daily chart, this is a daily chart, you could just stay in this as long as you keep getting these flat bottoms. You've got a flat bottom here, but now notice the candle went to green. So for me, it tells me that we're starting to get compression, but you still got a flat bottom, a flat bottom, a flat bottom. Now we're starting to get a red candle with a wick and a tail, that's your exit right there. You don't want to be involved in this trade anymore. So that's the difference of what you're looking at here. You can see back here, you've got a bunch of gaps here on this. But over here, you can see how smooth this is. If you get in here, it's because it's putting two candles together. So the gap is right in here. You just pick it up once you get this flat bottom right here. This is where you would enter. And likely you're going to be getting in somewhere right around here. Okay, so there's your regular candles. And if you look at it over here, what we had yesterday, this is yesterday, you see we have a wick and a tail on this candle right off the 8 exponential, which is this white line. And we had a Heiken Ashi reversal here. Notice wick and a tail, flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom. Wick and a tail, momentum is slowed. We had a flat bottom yesterday on Uber. That tells us that we're still in a bullish trend, and we've got another Heiken Ashi reversal candle right there. All right, so that's important. So what I'm going to do is I want to look at some charts, and I think let me see if I can get. Yeah, I've got a few here that I want to look at too. So if I switch over to Heiken Ashi over here, this is a 5-minute chart, but if I switch over to Heiken Ashi candles on the 5-minute chart on the ES right here, right? So this is Heiken Ashi. Now, if you notice the candles right here, you see how we've got a tail here, and then we see how we got flat bottoms on all of these candles. This is a bullish trend right here. Not going up very fast, but we got a bullish trend. And then it continues up really strongly here. And this, you would have stated this. You notice that the compass system is staying green the whole time, that you've got these Heiken Ashi candles. And then once you get up here like this, you start to get a little bit of a tail on this one. Then you just exit right here as it goes into compression. But that's a Heiken Ashi candle. I just kind of wanted to pop up a couple of charts and see if we could find that. Let me look at Apple today. And I'm going to switch over to TC2000 in a minute as well. All right, so here's an Apple chart. Let's go back to an Apple chart today. All right, so here we have this compressing. You see, we're getting wicks and tails, wicks and tails. We get a flat bottom here, and then another wick and a tail. So not a very good move, and it's not a big enough candle. You see how small these candles are. But here we get a pop out of the box signal and a Heiken Ashi reversal. Here we got a wick and a tail, flat by a flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom, and then it peters out right here. It kind of goes sideways. But if you were in the trade, because the price was still moving sideways along the 15 EMA, you could stay in here if you wanted to. And then we go back to flat bottoms again and continue with flat bottoms up just like that. And this is you can see what a beautiful trend that is, and how the Heiken Ashi candles are identifying that very easily. And I'm just picking trades randomly here. I haven't really looked at them to see what they look like today. We were in the CHGG today, so we'll go back here and look at some CHGG, see if we can find a little Heiken Ashi reversal somewhere. And right here, red candle with a tail, flat top, flat bottom, and then we get some small dojis here, and then another flat bottom, and then it moves up. This is a trend that you could follow up on these Heiken Ashi candles, and then it straightens out so you can get out of there. But that's what the Heiken Ashi candles will do for you. This is a pretty obvious Heiken Ashi candle to the downside, which we wouldn't have taken because CHGG was bearish. It was bullish today, but I want you to see the structure of the Heiken Ashi candle. You see the wick and the tail right here, right? No flat, and then to a flat top. Put bearish reversal on a big candle. Another flat top with a little bit of a wick on it, and then doji sideways. So if you're in the trade, you're waiting to see if you're going to get a Heiken Ashi reversal to the upside. You have not. Nope. What you get is an additional Heiken Ashi reversal to the bearish side right here. So if you were bearish on it, you would have stayed right in and just rode this down. And here's your Heiken Ashi reversal to the bullish side. You would get out of the trade right there. So that's just kind of a setup with what these Heiken Ashi candles look like. This is on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to show you some on TC2000 on the daily chart. All right, so this TC2000 over here, and I have some scans on TC2000 that I use. I'm going to be looking at the Heiken Ashi right here. Here's my regular chart. Here's my Heiken Ashi chart. All right, so look at the difference. All right, here's Pulte Holmes. You can see the herky-jerky motion here, the dropping around. Switch over to Heiken Ashi. See if you can see the Heiken Ashi bearish reversal here, right? Wick and a tail, flat top, and go into doji, and then down to support. You probably want to get off of here. Now here we start coming back up again. These are fairly small candles. This has a tail on it. This has a tail on it. Flat bottom with a blue candle. This means we've got the Bollinger Bands are expanding. So this is a Heiken Ashi reversal, a nice Heiken Ashi reversal, good size. And you would get in here on VHM, stay in, even though it's red, flat bottom. You know, getting a little bit of a tail here, so you get a little suspicious, but then a flat bottom again here. Now, if we switch over to the regular chart on that, you can see the move up here along the 8, but you can see how turkey-jerky this gets. But how the Heiken Ashi candles will keep you in this trend. See this trend right here? They will keep you in this trend much easier than if you were trying to follow along with regular candles. And this is true whether it's a 5-minute chart or a daily chart. You know, I use a lot of different charts, but let me see what we've got here. So let's just randomly pick some trades. I'm going to take a quick look at the scan I've got over here. So let's take a look at Intel. All right, here's Intel on the Heiken Ashi. All right, so here's Intel. Here's a bearish candle right here. Bearish. Comes down to support. Wick and a tail. Flat bottom. Heiken Ashi reversal. Up another day. Up another day. Up another day. That's a Heiken Ashi trend right there. And you get another candle that you probably would get out. And it's just kind of been moving sideways. Here's a Heiken Ashi reversal, and then another small candle. So again, these don't always keep going for a long time, but they can. And what we had here on Intel today is a Heiken Ashi reversal to the upside today. This is a Heiken Ashi reversal today that I just ran a scan, just looking for Heiken Ashi reversals, and there it is. And if I switch over to regular candles, here's what the regular candle shows you. You can see the big move up through here. Now notice it does on the regular candle, there's very little wick on the top. One of the interesting things about Heiken Ashi candles is when you have wicks on the top like this, in a standard candle, a wick on the top is a bearish. In a Heiken Ashi candle, a wick to the top is bullish. It tells you had a fairly substantial move in these two candles, and it becomes a bullish trade. And let's see what else we can find here. Okay, Meta. We're in Meta in the room, and you can see that we had a nice Heiken Ashi reversal right here, and you can see the flat bottoms, how it stayed flat all the way up to here, right? And then you get a doji, and then you get another flat bottom and a flat bottom and a flat bottom and a flat bottom. So you can just ride this up. Now we're losing momentum here. We do have a flat bottom, but it's a red candle, and now we're starting to get some small tails, and you would get out of, if you were in this trade here, you would get out right here as you went to a bearish Heiken Ashi reversal right here. And the stock is bullish, so you wouldn't be trading it short. And here today, we just went from a wick and a tail to a flat bottom candle. Now it's not blue, so it doesn't tell us we're coming out of compression, but it's still a Heiken Ashi reversal in Meta. So Meta looks pretty good for tomorrow. So let's look at some other ones here. That's AMC, which has been, again, sometimes you get some really nice moves. This is an AMC in a daily. Here's a Heiken Ashi bearish reversal right here. Wick and a tail, flat top, flat top, flat top, flat top, flat top, flat top. See how you can, some of these things will give you some good movement over a period of time. Sometimes they only last a short period of time. Here was an uptrend right here. The Heiken Ashi reversal candle here, 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 here. Then you get a wick and a tail, you probably would get out, though the trend continued, but this is not giving you the continuation of the trend. This gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days down, and then some dojis, and then another Heiken Ashi reversal to the bearish side here, 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 here. All these candles, and then you start to compress again here. All right, and you can see what it's doing over here today. It's putting in a Heiken Ashi candle to the upside. But you know, I wouldn't be trading this. It's below all the moving averages. All right, CTLT. Again, this was a nice one. This was when I was in a couple of weeks ago. The reason I get in it is we had a Heiken Ashi reversal here that went back into this gap, and we had Heiken Ashi reversal, and then we stayed at Heiken Ashis, and then we just got compression, and I was staying in the trade as it moved into this gap, and then today we get another nice Heiken Ashi reversal candle right up to 50. I'm not in it anymore, but that's a nice Heiken Ashi reversal. But you do have resistance right here at the 50-day moving average. We switch over to the regular candle, you can see where it went to, but right to the 50 and stopped. Okay. There's another nice Heiken Ashi reversal. This is TOST, Toast Incorporated. These are Heiken Ashi candles. Here's a Heiken Ashi reversal here. And a lot of times you'll get 3, 4, 5 days of follow through on these Heiken Ashi candles. Some days you'll only get one, but some days you'll get you're gonna get some nice momentum. And you can see how easy it is to get out of these things when you switch this back over to, this is right here on the 11th of May. So if I switch to the regular candles on the 11th of May, that's right here. It's the 10th, there's the 11th. You can see this is where you would get out. You had this nice move up, and you noticed on the 11th, you got this doji right here. You wait for the morning, it closes, it opens red, you're out of the trade from here. Right, so we go back to Heiken Ashi candles. Again, chopping around here, and then here today we go to a nice Heiken Ashi reversal to the upside. So that's the structure of these, and this is how we trade them on a 5-minute or on a daily. They work the same way. So basically, if you're looking for an entry and you go to switch over to your Heiken Ashi candles, it's gonna tell you whether, if let's say you're right on a support level and you get a Heiken Ashi reversal, it's a perfect entry for you. Because it's what I'll look for a lot of times. I point that out in the room that we're getting a bounce off of support. Do we have a Heiken Ashi candle yet? If you wait for the Heiken Ashi candle, it tells you that the support has been confirmed and the reversal has been confirmed, and you can jump into the trade. So it's nice to be able to get to use those kind of criteria. See, on this, something like this is MDT. This had a really bearish Heiken Ashi reversal right here. See the pink, which is giving us a Bollinger Band expansion. So down it comes. So you get, this came from 89.18. So let's say you get into over here at about 88.22. You ride it down, you get flat candles, and then you can get out right here at about 82.74. A nice trade for using the Heiken Ashi. And then now it's just chopping around. We're putting in a Heiken Ashi candle right here, reversal, but you notice we've got the 50-day moving average right there, too close. So again, you have to look at other things when you do this. It's triple M all over the place, very, very choppy. And it's been bearish, a lot of moving averages and stuff in the way, so don't touch it. Is Ross Stores. This is a pretty interesting one, Ross Stores. But this is the 100-day moving average right here in Ross Stores. This is a pretty strong Heiken Ashi reversal candle. You see how big that is? And if I switch back over to regular candles, you're going to see this big move today. But this is, for me, this is too close. It's too close to trade it. That's all the upside I really got, and it's very, very choppy stock. So that's one of the things I look at. But the Heiken Ashi candles will tell you, give you some good entries on stocks when they do occur. Let's see, anything else? DoorDash has been bullish. You can see the bullish trend here. We got one candle that didn't have a Heiken Ashi reversal in it, but then we were right back and went again. So that's a pretty bullish setup on DoorDash. So that's what you look for. I don't want to go through a million charts, but hopefully you understand what we're looking for when you use Heiken Ashi. And if you're using it on TOS, all you do is switch to style, and over here where it says candle style, there's a regular candle right there on CHGG. And all you do is go candle style, you switch it over to Heiken Ashi, it's going to give you Heiken Ashi candles. And there's a nice little short. If you took a quick trade today, see that pop out of the box signal on a Heiken Ashi reversal to the bearish side. Again, we wouldn't be trading CHGG, but as an example, that's what you're looking for right there. And if we looked at SPY today, I'm not sure if we had any opportunities in the SPY. It was pretty bullish most of the day. Let's go back. this morning, yeah. So decent Heiken Ashi reversal right here. You see the wick in the tail, flat bottom, compass blue, pop out of the box symbol. Good reason to get in right there. Okay, so you can get in here on the SPY and just follow it up. And you notice this, you don't have a Heiken Ashi, you don't have a flat bottom here, but you don't really have any reason to get out with the stock trading strong and the compass system strong. You use this to get in, then you watch to see when you want to get out of here. And again, you've got more continuous Heiken Ashi candles and dojis all the way up. This is all the way up to here. That's a pretty nice little run in the SPY. So that's I would have been out over here for sure. But that's what you were looking for. And here's another beautiful one right here, Heiken Ashi reversal. See, we went from yellow to blue, and we got Heiken Ashi reversal. We got a pop out of the box signal, another good entry. And again, just dojis here. Don't have to get out in a doji if the compass system is telling you can stay in. If you switch over to regular candles, it's going to make it a little bit easier to where you want to get out, because the regular candles will show you when momentum is slowing down, like here. Boop, boop. Yeah, so as the market moves up, you notice that this is somewhere you would want to get out when you go to yellow here. Even in here, as you start to get some big red candles built in at 105. Go to Heiken Ashi at 105. That's right here, 105. That's kind of the first big breakdown. You've got a wick and a tail and a red candle. Yeah, good place to get out right there. You know, you could have hung on, and then you would have had to get out here as it went yellow. But this is where I probably would have get out. But that kind of shows you what to look for. And again, all you have to do is go to style, switch from Heiken Ashi to candle, and back. So if you're looking to get in and we get a nice trade that looks like it's bouncing off support, maybe it's bouncing off the VWAP, bouncing off the 15, take a quick look at the candle setup and see if you've got a Heiken Ashi candle. Wait till you get a Heiken Ashi candle and see where it is. But we're in Apple right now, and we're looking at the daily chart now. So we switch over to the Apple daily chart. Oops, that's not Apple. Apple daily chart right there. All right, so this is the daily. So you can see that Apple's had a Heiken Ashi reversal right from here. Remember, we took this last week and we took profits in it. You notice the Heiken Ashi flat bottom candles all the way up, and then out here, which is where we took profits. And again, we started with this Heiken Ashi today. This is another actually good entry for Apple right here. We got flat bottom after a wick and a tail. And again, this is what we're using, you know, a weekly ATM as well. If we switch it over to regular candles, you can see what a nice weekly ATM this is, just moving sideways. So anyway, I hope that helps you understand the Heiken Ashi candles. Again, you'll have this video. You've got the information that I did at the beginning, which kind of talks about the candlesticks and how they're constructed, what they look like. Again, this makes it pretty clear what you're looking like, and we've covered a lot of charts to show what Heiken Ashi looks like on the again, one thing you're going to notice, you see these gaps on Uber on a regular candle. You notice you don't have any gaps in Heiken Ashi candles. The gaps are included in the Heiken Ashi candles because it takes two candles to make one. So that's why you don't see any gaps, and you can see this nice move, big candles, and this nice move up. All right, so hopefully that's going to help you with your questions on Heiken Ashi. I had quite a few people question about this, ask about this, and it's very, very useful in your trading. Again, it's one of the things we use in our high probability trade setups, remember. Heiken Ashi reversal right there. It's one of the things we look for. Buy support, sell at resistance. Heiken Ashi reversal candle gives you more confirmation of a high probability trade. So anyway, that is the video on Heiken Ashi reversals. I hope it helps. If you have any questions on it, please let me know. And thank you for watching.